The smartest small apartment I've seen in Paris. Every inch has a purpose. There is something wonderfully Parisian about making a small space feel larger than it actually is. Behind an ordinary apartment door, you can sometimes find a home that seems almost impossible at first glance: narrow rooms, limited storage, modest proportions, and barely enough floor space for everything modern life requires. Yet this particular apartment proves that size is not always the most important measurement. Here, every corner has been considered. Every piece of furniture has a reason, and every detail contributes to making the home feel comfortable rather than crowded. Walking in, the first thing you notice is not how small the apartment is. Instead, you notice how calm it feels. That is an important distinction. Many compact apartments feel busy because too many objects compete for attention. Here, the designers have taken the opposite approach. The colors are restrained, the furniture is carefully selected, and the visual lines remain relatively simple. The result is a room that does not immediately announce its cleverness. It simply feels pleasant, and that may be the smartest decision of all. The apartment also carries that unmistakable Parisian personality. Rather than turning the interior into a museum of French antiques, the design borrows small pieces of history. Traditional proportions, warm wood, elegant trim, subtle vintage materials, and furniture with a sense of age. These elements give the apartment character without making it feel dated. This is a useful lesson for anyone designing a small home. You do not need dozens of decorative objects to create personality. Sometimes one beautifully chosen old-fashioned detail can say more than an entire shelf of accessories. The living area is where the philosophy of this apartment becomes particularly clear. In a larger home, you might place a sofa simply because there is enough room for one. Here, every centimeter matters. The seating is positioned to preserve circulation, while tables and accessories are kept appropriately scaled. Nothing feels oversized. That may sound obvious, But choosing furniture for a small room is often less about finding the smallest possible piece and more about finding the piece with the right proportions. One common mistake in compact apartments is assuming that everything must be miniature. That can actually make a home feel uncomfortable. This apartment takes a more thoughtful approach. The furniture remains genuinely useful and inviting, but it avoids unnecessary bulk. A comfortable chair can still be comfortable without dominating the room. A sofa can still feel generous without becoming the visual centerpiece of the entire apartment. The lesson is simple. Reduce visual weight rather than sacrificing the everyday comfort that makes a home feel like a home. Perhaps one of the most overlooked design tools here is empty space. It may seem strange to talk about emptiness when discussing a tiny apartment, but leaving certain areas open is exactly what makes the rooms breathe. Instead of filling every available corner, the designers allow the eye somewhere to rest. This creates a psychological sense of spaciousness. In my opinion, that is one of the most valuable lessons from this apartment. When space is limited, you do not always need to add something. Sometimes the smartest improvement is removing something. Storage is where small apartment design becomes genuinely practical. The best storage solutions are often the ones you barely notice. Cabinets blend into the architecture, shelves use otherwise forgotten wall space, and everyday items have designated places rather than being left scattered across surfaces. This approach does more than keep the apartment tidy. It reduces visual noise. And for a small home, visual noise can make a room feel considerably smaller than it really is. When floor space is scarce, the walls become valuable real estate. This apartment understands that beautifully. Vertical storage and carefully positioned shelving create additional capacity without consuming precious walking space. But there is a subtle balance here. Filling every wall from floor to ceiling would create another problem. The most successful solution combines useful storage with breathing room. That balance is what keeps the apartment from feeling like a storage unit disguised as a home. The kitchen may be one of the most impressive parts of the apartment because it demonstrates how much functionality can be achieved in a compact footprint. Rather than attempting to recreate a large suburban kitchen, the design focuses on what is genuinely needed. Work surfaces are efficient, storage is integrated, and appliances are positioned around practical routines. This is an important principle. A small kitchen does not need to perform like a large kitchen. It needs to perform intelligently for the person actually living there. Good kitchen design is not simply about where cabinets go. It is about how a person moves. Imagine preparing breakfast, reaching for a cup, washing dishes, storing groceries, and preparing dinner. In this apartment, those everyday movements appear to have influenced the arrangement. The distances are short, and the workflow feels natural. That is why the kitchen can remain compact without becoming frustrating. The designers have essentially reduced unnecessary steps, and that is a form of luxury that does not require a larger home. A traditional dining room would be difficult to justify here, so the apartment finds another solution. Instead of dedicating valuable floor space to a large table, dining becomes part of the existing living environment. A compact table or flexible surface can serve several purposes depending on the moment. This is one of my favorite strategies in small space design because it recognizes something important. Rooms do not always need one permanent identity. The same square meter can become a dining area, workspace, or social space when designed thoughtfully. The sleeping area presents another challenge. In a compact apartment, separating the bedroom from everything else can feel almost impossible. Yet even a modest sense of separation can make a tremendous difference. Visual boundaries, furniture placement, curtains, architectural details, or changes in texture can establish a private zone without constructing heavy walls. The goal is not necessarily complete isolation. It is creating the feeling that when the day is finished, there is a distinct place where the mind can slow down. In a small bedroom, the bed naturally occupies a significant portion of the available space. That makes its placement critical. Here, the bed is treated not simply as furniture but as the anchor of the room. Everything else works around it. Instead of forcing additional pieces into the remaining corners, the design protects enough space for movement and comfort. It is a reminder that the most important object in a room should determine the layout, rather than being squeezed into whatever space remains. Natural light performs another kind of magic. When daylight can travel freely through a compact apartment, rooms immediately feel more open. That is why heavy visual barriers can be so problematic in small interiors. This apartment allows light to become part of the architecture. Reflective surfaces, lighter tones, and carefully positioned furnishings help preserve that brightness. The result is not an illusion that the apartment has magically gained square footage. Instead, the available space simply feels more generous. The colors deserve attention because they demonstrate how restraint can create elegance. Rather than relying on dramatic contrasts everywhere, The apartment uses a calm palette that allows architectural details and carefully selected furnishings to stand out. Warm neutrals can make compact rooms feel inviting, while subtle variations prevent everything from becoming flat. For an older homeowner or anyone seeking a timeless interior, this approach is especially appealing because it avoids chasing trends that may feel outdated a few years later. Mirrors have long been a useful tool in compact interiors, but they work best when used with intention. Here, reflection can help extend the perception of space and multiply available light. A strategically positioned mirror can make a narrow room appear deeper, particularly when it reflects a window, architectural detail, or another attractive part of the interior. The important point is not to cover every wall with mirrors. One well-positioned reflection can be far more effective than several random ones. The cleverest part of the apartment may be the functions that are not immediately obvious. A piece of furniture can provide storage while serving as seating. A surface can become a workspace and then disappear back into the room. A cabinet can conceal everyday necessities, so the apartment maintains its calm appearance. This is where smart small space design becomes more than decoration. It becomes problem solving. The furniture is effectively working over time, allowing one limited area to support several different activities. Even the bathroom follows the same philosophy. There is no expectation that a compact bathroom must look luxurious through excessive decoration. Instead, quality comes from proportion, material choices, lighting, and organization. Wall-mounted elements can preserve floor visibility, while built-in storage keeps personal items under control. The space feels refined because it has been edited carefully. That is a lesson worth remembering. Luxury in a small room often comes from eliminating inconvenience rather than adding expensive decoration. Hallways are often treated as leftover areas, but in a tiny apartment, even a narrow passage can contribute to the design. A slim storage solution, a carefully placed mirror, or a small architectural detail can transform an ordinary transition zone into useful space. More importantly, the hallway can help organize the apartment by creating a clear separation between different activities. It does not need to be wide or elaborate. It simply needs to have a purpose. Looking at the apartment as a whole, several decisions stand out. The designers did not try to disguise its size completely. They accepted the limitations and designed around them. They avoided oversized furniture, reduced visual clutter, created flexible spaces, used vertical surfaces intelligently, and allowed the architecture to remain visible. In my opinion, that is what makes this apartment feel authentic. It does not pretend to be a giant home. It shows us that a small home can be successful precisely because it understands what it is. There is a broader lesson here that goes beyond Paris. When people think about improving a small home, they often begin by asking, "What can I add?" A better question might be, "What is getting in the way?" Removing unnecessary furniture, simplifying storage, improving circulation, and choosing appropriately scaled pieces can sometimes produce a bigger transformation than a costly renovation. Good design is not always about creating more. Sometimes it is about making better use of what already exists. So why does this apartment feel surprisingly spacious despite its compact dimensions? It is not one magical trick. It is the combination of many small decisions working together. The furniture leaves room to move. Storage keeps surfaces clear. Light travels through the interior. Colors remain connected. Each area has a recognizable purpose without becoming completely isolated. Most importantly, the design avoids visual chaos. When all these details cooperate, the brain interprets the apartment as organized, comfortable, and therefore more spacious. And perhaps this is the part of the story that matters most. A home is not a floor plan. It is where someone wakes up, makes coffee, reads a book, prepares dinner, welcomes a friend, and eventually turns off the lights at the end of the day. The smartest apartment is not necessarily the one with the most gadgets or hidden mechanisms. It is the one that makes everyday life easier. That is why this Parisian space feels so appealing. Its cleverness ultimately serves the person who lives there. This apartment may be small, but it offers a surprisingly large lesson about living well. The smartest design is not about making a tiny home look enormous. It is about understanding every inch and giving each one a meaningful role. From the quiet storage to the flexible furniture, from the Parisian character to the carefully protected empty space, nothing feels accidental. And perhaps that is the real beauty of compact living. When space is limited, thoughtful choices become visible. In the end, this little Paris apartment reminds us that a home does not need more square footage to feel complete. It needs more intention.